that leads to destruction. And tonight, I would say with Moses, I would say with Joshua, turn, repent, choose God, serve Him, live for Him. That is the message of God tonight to this great audience of people at Yankee Stadium.
I see revival coming to planet Earth, maybe as never before. It will be untold numbers, and untold, uncounted multitudes that will be saved. The dead will be raised. The arthritic will be healed. Cancer will be healed. No disease will be able to stand before God's people, and that it would be a worldwide situation.
There's a church that doesn't just know about God, they know God. They don't just believe in His power, they carry His power. God will shake the United States of America one last time, not by might, not by power, but by my Spirit.
I'll leave quietly, no grudges. All I ask is for that one chance. I think you should give it to me.
I don't know nothing about that.
Good morning. Welcome to Crypto Island. It truly is Crypto Island today. It's going to be beautiful. Outside.
No tsunamis like yesterday.
Yes.
Yesterday
And
was
also
bad.
beautiful inside, as you can see with the... Where's there? There we go. Palm trees.
Do it, Patrick,
Swaying
do
in the
the
wind.
sway. You won't do it. You won't do it.
Cindy, Scott, Diane, Lyric, Ninja, Bethany, Christophorus. Nice. Ethiopian coffee. Awesome. Best in the world, in my opinion. The humidity is there's almost no humidity.
It feels like Saskatchewan, honestly.
Yeah?
Usually on the East Coast, I'm used to like coming outside and it feels like you got a wet blanket. It doesn't feel like that.
It's just,
I'm
it's
happy.
perfect this morning.
It's really nice.
Lucy, D&D Investments, Otham, Jesse, good morning. John, Yeet. Patrick, you're no Vanna. That is true. I am not very good at pointing at things. I don't think anybody can compete with her. Patrick, good morning. Zach, happy Friday to you. Oh, thanks, Ninja. I appreciate that. But I don't know if I could say that. Well, no, PA weather is, it's pretty, you never know from one day to the next what you're going to get with weather here in Pittsburgh.
I've labeled it bipolar.
That's the word I was looking for.
Very bipolar weather.
Yes.
Yes.
Richard from Colorado, welcome. Logan, good morning. Matthew, thank you all for tuning in to another day of Crypto Island and the stock market. We'll be taking a look at it today. This morning it was trading slightly down, futures. So we'll see what happens. There's some news that came out with our favorite Fed chairman, Jerome Powell, making some statements about what's going to happen in May. So we'll take a look at all of that today.
Nice.
Let's take a look at the news. What you got for us?
Let's see. Watch comedy segment on SNL says Elon Musk wants to buy Twitter so white guys can say the N-word. See it.
Offered to buy Twitter for over $40 billion so he can loosen its free speech
All right,
rules.
pause.
That's how
if we show this, we may get kicked off. So let's not show it. Just know that SNL, I don't want us to get booted off for something as controversial
They're
as
making
check the
fun
market.
of him.
They're making fun of Elon. So
Feels going to go through.
You think so?
Yeah, it is. I got some news about it this morning.
All
I
right.
found some news, so
All
we'll
right.
get into that.
We'll get into it. So if you want to watch it, go watch it. But next, I don't want to get booted. No one is quite as eloquent as Obama when publicly admitting to have committed crimes against humanity. Obama, despite the fact that we now have essentially clinically tested the vaccine on billions of people worldwide, around 1 in 5 Americans is still going to put themselves at risk rather than get vaccinated. Let's see it.
And yet, despite the fact that we've now essentially clinically tested the vaccine on billions of people worldwide, around 1 in 5 Americans is still willing to put themselves at risk and put their families at risk rather than get vaccinated. People are dying because of misinformation.
Okay, drama queen,
It's
relax.
like the pause.
Yeah,
Again.
just
Just speak. Just speak. Just whatever, man. But they're admitting to it now, so I think it's accurate to say crimes against humanity. But we'll see what happens next. Now you know how the Keystone XL pipeline workers feel from Ellie Smith. PSA, if you're going to tweet something snarky about CNN Plus, which is failing, hundreds of journalists and technicians who did nothing but work their tails off just had the rug pulled out from under them, so be kind.
yes. Oh, Christy Nome. Oh,
Christy
wow.
Nome said it.
I didn't know that she tweeted that. That's
Yes.
pretty-
I'll say the names next time
Wow.
for you, Patrick. It's pretty interesting. This happens every single day to many people in many industries. So
Way to go for the gut punch there.
yeah, absolutely. Next. Non-compliance works. So update from Philadelphia. Let's see it. Philadelphia to end indoor mask mandate amid blowback just days after it went into effect. So it's gone. It's gone.
Awesome.
I think it lasted, just under a week? Like last Sunday we were talking about it, so just under a week it lasted. So, way to go, people. Next. This was interesting. Ex-McDonald's CEO Ed Rensi, companies have no business being in politics. Let's see what he has to say. I really like this guy. Former McDonald's CEO Ed Rensi said companies have no business being in politics and has launched a conservative initiative to fight woke corporate policies. The 78-year-old, who led the Golden Arches from 91 to 97, spearheaded the Boardroom Initiative to push back against boardrooms of American corporations that have become too politicized. Corporations have no business being on the right or on the left because they represent everybody there, and their sole job is to build equity for their investors. The man
Yes.
who thought thought up chicken McNuggets.
Yes, this
I knew you would get
This
excited
is
about
great.
this.
This quote right here, corporations have no business being on the right or the left because they represent everybody there, and their sole job, if you are a publicly traded company, your sole job is to build equity for your investors. That is your sole job. And all corporations in America need to take a page out of his book and make sure that that's the case, because it's not about ESG, it's not about you being for the climate, it's not about you being... You're there for your investors and your stakeholders, your customers, your investors, the people that work for your corporation. That's who you're there for. You're not there to be politicized. I like this. I was just thinking about this morning. I was like, man,
really?
Corporations should, you know, why don't more CEOs stand up to the wokeness?
Yep.
And this is good.
Nice to see.
Yeah,
I'm happy.
Nice to see a good old-fashioned American businessman there.
I don't eat at McDonald's, but just to, if they end up steering the other direction, I might dabble. Next. Or continue, not next. Continue. Nice, thank you. The initiative's mission is to defend shareholders and employees of public companies from woke policies and to ensure corporate accountability, the outlet said. Renzi told Fox Business that while he doesn't consider himself politically active, he wants to fight for shareholders who he believes are being negatively impacted by progressive policies. The Boardroom Initiative comprises 3 conservative advocacy groups: the Job Creators Network, which was founded by Home Depot co-founder Bernie Marcus, the Free Enterprise Group, and Second Vote. Co-founder of Home Depot. I like that. The Free Enterprise Project owns about 2,000 shares of Bank of America, enabling the group to advocate for changes on behalf of other shareholders, Fox Business reported. Bank of America is among major U.S. companies to come under fire for implementing training sessions for their workers that incorporate the progressive teaching concept, critical race theory. Time and again, U.S. companies have tried to address social problems by implementing divisive, controversial programs that have only increased conflict. Richard Morrison, a senior fellow at the Libertarian Competitive Enterprise Institute, told Fox Business. Continue. Hopefully, the Boardroom Initiative is the beginning of a new era in corporate America in which extremes of ideological politics are set aside so that everyone can work on creating value for both customers and investors.
That's what a corporation's job is.
I like it a lot. Next. Just keeps getting better and better. Next, Netflix shares crashing. CNN Plus shutting down after 1 month. Spotify removes Obama podcast. Disney stripped of special governing powers. Masks ruled unlawful on public transportation. Elon Musk secures funding for Twitter takeover. So, I thought that was a happy tweet. All good things. All very good things. Next. They're foreign-funded eco-activists, not Canadian working-class truckers, so Trudeau won't bring in martial law for them. From Andy No, frustrated drivers tried dragging environmentalist protesters blocking the highway in Burnaby, Canada, out of the way. This has become so common in Canada for these eco-radicals to go out and do these kind of demonstrations that negatively impacts the community. So let's take a look at it. I think it's funny is all these people are sitting there emitting, having emissions going up, and they can get their destination a whole lot.
What I think is funny is that those yellow vests that they're wearing is made with petroleum products. So you're literally wearing oil on your body.
I didn't think of that. That's awesome.
Bro, you want to die, bro?
So is the backpack.
We're all gonna die if we don't do something.
Next.
Really want to stop me with a punch?
All right, small update. Senator Bernie Sanders is not ruling out the possibility of a 2024 presidential bid if Biden declines to pursue re-election.
Nice.
So our little man over there.
We'll get some great memes from it, that's for sure.
Absolutely. Next.
Oh,
show.
Twitter's reaction to Elon Musk only proves change is needed. Musk's takeover bid is a classic example of the free market at work. Let's see it. Twitter bans hate speech, specifically speech it hates. If Elon Musk is successful in his mission to acquire Twitter, which he will be, he will pull back the curtain. We will finally be privy to the process the company uses to decide which ideas they deem suitable for us to hear. Musk's takeover bid is a classic example of the free market at work. He is exercising what essentially amounts to a personal antitrust action taken in the name of free speech. Continue. The reaction from Twitter proves he's onto something. They are shaken to the core at the idea of having to be more transparent about how they conduct business at what has become the world's virtual public town square. Musk's takeover is doable. Twitter, in spite of its enormous societal impact, is a relatively small company compared to other tech firms. Apple is estimated to be worth $2.7 trillion. Google, parent Alphabet, is $1.7 trillion. Musk is the richest man in the world. He has a personal net worth several times greater than the $50 billion or so he would have to pay for outright ownership of Twitter. However, that's not the same thing as cash. Nonetheless, he will find a way to put together a takeover syndicate. He will find a way to snare his prey. Musk is clear about why he wants the company. In a recent TED forum, after the announcement of his takeover plan, he said, "My strong intuitive sense is that having a public platform that is maximally trusted and broadly inclusive is extremely important to the future of civilization." He is right, and he has laid out some of his plans to change the way Twitter operates. Continue. Musk has made clear he would be reluctant to delete things and more open to timeouts than permanent bans. He acknowledges that there are limitations to free speech and that Twitter must obey the law, but if a tweet is in a gray area, he would let it exist. He would also insist that the algorithm Twitter uses to rank content be made public, which is very important, and be open to users. Even some Twitter executives, that's not how you spell that, themselves have supported greater transparency of the platform. Users deserve the right to know that what the standards are, who is up and who is down, and why. As it stands now, all that is unclear. A former president of the United States has been handed a lifetime ban, while Iranian Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei continues to be able to freely spew violent venom on the platform. What are the rules? There is no question about Musk's ability to understand the technology behind Twitter's policies. Anyone who can put rockets into space isn't afraid of an algorithm. Twitter and the people in a lather over the end of democracy, if Musk were to control the company, will have to get used to the idea of accountability. Twitter would no longer be able to enforce rigidity in the name of diversity. Twitter users would be allowed to decide and think for themselves, and the definition of free speech and democracy. So this goes hand in hand with what our McDonald's CEO has been saying, that in a democracy, there needs to be free speech, and you need to stop politicizing everything. Continue. Sorry, Zuck, but I gotta do what must be done.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Oh, jeez.
Continue. Of course, the empire is striking back, with Twitter adopting a poison pill anti-takeover strategy, which just shows they don't care about their shareholders. They just care about themselves. And they're, leftists' hacks. Anti-takeover strategy that would dilute the value of their stock if Musk acquires more than 15% of the company. This is a hoot given the Twitter board's embarrassingly microscopic ownership of shares. Musk asserts that he has already come up with a plan B to circumvent that. If necessary, he'll go to plan Z to achieve his goal. Musk may not be the only contender either. Twitter is reportedly looking for a corporate white knight to save them, but it is unlikely. The current crop of tech giants would run into antitrust obstacles, which Apple, Facebook, all of them are out of the running then. Haven't progressives been calling for a breakup of the alleged evil giants? Moreover, any other would-be acquirers would have to realize that without Musk, Twitter would have no real value. After all, Twitter's stock has been a dud since it went public years ago. Will Musk be able to pull it off? Believers in free speech and open discussion should hope so. The evil empire don't give up easy. They're not going to give up easy, but I think that this is he has funding, and he has funding from some of the major banks. Continue. Powell says taming inflation, absolutely essential. Oh, markets are open, by the way. The Dow Jones is down 170. NASDAQ is down 19. The S&P is, the NASDAQ is up 19, pardon. And the S&P is down 12. Let's take a look at cryptocurrencies. So not too exciting of a Friday. Cryptocurrencies are being hammered, down 4.15% the last 24 hours. Bitcoin is down 5.29. Ethereum down 5.25. XRP down almost 5%. Solana down 6.74. Cardano down 5.4. Everything's down almost 5% here of the major ones. Yep, oil is down, gold is down. Let's see what happens today. Continue. 50 basis point hike possible for May, so that's why they're saying the market is down. Let's see it. Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell affirmed the central bank's determination to bring down inflation and said Thursday that aggressive rate hikes are possible as soon as next month. It is appropriate, in my view, to be moving a little more quickly to raise interest rates, Powell said, while part of an International Monetary Fund panel moderated by CNBC's Sarah Eisen. I also think that there is something to be said for front-end loading any accommodation one thinks is appropriate. I would say 50 basis points will be on the table for May meeting. Powell's statements essentially meet market expectations that the Fed will depart from its usual 25 basis point hikes and move more quickly to tame inflation that is running at its fastest pace in more than 40 years. A basis point equals to 0.01 percentage points. Continue. However, as Powell spoke, market pricing for rate increases got somewhat more aggressive. Expectations for 50 basis point move in May rose to 97.6%, according to the CME Group's FedWatch tool. Traders also priced an additional hike equivalent through year's end that would take the Fed's fund rate, which sets its overnight borrowing level for banks, but also tied to many consumers' debt instruments, to 2.75%. Stocks fell, sending the Dow Industrials down more than 400 points, and the NASDAQ, with its rate-sensitive tech stocks, lower by more than 2%. Treasury yields pushed higher, with the benchmark 10-year note most recently at 2.9%. Can you comment on the future of gold, how it plays during high inflation? Gold is always a good hedge for inflation and for market downturns because it's a precious metal. So it's always good to have a part of your portfolio in precious metals, either gold or silver. That's my personal view. I allocate a certain amount of my portfolio to precious metals, just as a hedge against inflation. Because during times of high inflation, the price of gold usually goes up. Also during, times of recession. Because companies don't do as well, and so the commodities do much better during that time. I've never been clear what it means when interest rates get raised. Like, is that a specific interest rate, or is it all types of loans? All types of loans will get raises in interest rates. When the Fed raises the benchmark, borrowing becomes more expensive, and so borrowing goes down, which decreases economic activity, and that tames inflation. That's the logic behind interest rate increases. Yes, I do have play money and long-term money. 80% of my portfolio is long-term, and 20% is what I would consider play money. Yeah, you can do options on gold. You can play options, Scott, on GLD. GLD is the ticker symbol for the gold ETF. Gold coins like Super Mario. I'm sure there might be some out there. They mint all sorts of coins. Ninja. There might be some out there that you can get, like a Super Mario gold coin. All right, let's keep going. We can go to the next article. Yes, it does work. A lot of times when they raise interest rates, because it becomes so expensive to borrow. We're already seeing that in the housing market now. I read an article this morning that mortgage applications have been down because interest rates have been raised, and so that is going to tame the housing market. It's going to tame the pricing, the affordability for people to be able to buy houses, which will decrease demand and bring prices down. That's it does, yeah. Sometimes it doesn't work, but most of the times it does work. I think they're a little behind the ball right now when it comes to it. Should have done that last year. Continue. Oh, there we go. Travel stocks. So travel stocks are on the rise as spending shifts from goods to services. There's also pent-up demand. So let's see it. The rise in leisure and travel stocks highlights a shift in consumer spending from goods to services as the pandemic winds down. We see signs of goods demand cooling, particularly in big-ticket items, while services benefit from strong pent-up demand. Case in point, airlines such as United Airlines, American predict reaching profitability amid strong demand. Luxury hotel operator Marriott International has been touching new highs recently. Fast food chain McDonald's, which will report its quarterly results next week, is up 15% since March, though it's still down 4% year to date. Dave & Buster's is up 23% year to date, outperforming the broader markets. Continue. On a local level, restaurants are serving more people even as inflation hit multi-decade highs. Review platform Yelp says users are mentioning higher prices, but they continue to search for high-priced eateries as municipalities drop mask mandates. So there's a pent-up demand. Continue. 13 days to change your life. Gary V. Just say no to taxes. Why so few uncles? How to be mysterious. Loving your landlord. Day 5, how to alienate friends. The 3M Club. Elon Musk, always be Cuban, become the mailman, yacht mentality, coupon clipping. Nice. So that's 13 days to change your life. Next. Morgan Stanley analyst breaks down the fire and ice recession indicators. Let's go to the next article. We can go to the next one, the one with Elon Musk. There we go. Funding secured for possible Elon Musk Twitter takeover. Continue. No, this time it's for real. On the evening of April 19th, Tesla CEO Elon Musk sent a mysterious tweet. Dash is the blank is the night. Filling in the blank would be tender since Musk intends to make a tender offer to purchase 100% of Twitter. And according to Benzinga Pro, Musk has acquired the $46.5 billion loan required to acquire the social media network. According to SEC filings, Musk has secured 3 distinct commitment letters for a total of $46.5 billion from Morgan Stanley. Which is, if he's getting these banks involved, it's showing me that if they're backing him on this, then maybe the empire isn't doing all it can to strike back. The following is a breakdown of the documents, all of which are dated April 20th. So he has SEC filings, he has a debt commitment letter funding for $13 billion, margin loan commitment letter for $12.5 billion, equity commitment letter for $21.5 billion. We have Morgan Stanley Senior Funding, Bank of America Securities, Barclays, MUFG Bank, Mizuho Bank, BNP Paribas, and Société Générale, which is a French bank. So is BNP, right? BNP Paribas? I think they're French too. While Musk is attempting to reach a definite agreement to buy Twitter, the social media site has yet to respond to the offer, though the company committed to reviewing the offer on a continuing basis. Continue. Shares of Twitter are trading 3.52% lower over the last trading sessions and are now up 0.043 at 46.76. The stock has moved in a range of 31.30 to 73.34 over the past 52 weeks. Shares of Tesla are up. Continue. Why is Elon Musk buying Twitter for $43 billion when he could get it for free on the App Store? That's a good question. Yes. Why? I have Twitter. I own Twitter too.
Wow.
Continue. Crypto thieves get bolder by the Heist stealing record amounts. So every week there's some sort of crypto hack coming out. The reason why I put this in, sort of like the tip of the day, make sure if you're trading cryptocurrencies, make sure that you have everything secured. Don't do iCloud backups of your cryptocurrency wallets. Don't do anything like that, like online cloud backup stuff with cryptocurrencies. Make sure your passwords are secure. Usually when I ask somebody what is their password, I'll take a guess. I'll be like, it's, the name of your child and their birth year, or it's the name of your dog and your birth year, or something like that. And usually I'm about 60% all right on that. So make sure you have much better passwords than that, especially for your cryptocurrency. All right, I have some stocks that I researched for y'all. So I was asked to take a look at Bemis Healthcare. Bemis Healthcare is not a publicly traded company, so there's no way to invest in it. Revival Gold. Patrick Monks told me to take a look at that, so I took a look at it. Revival Gold looks pretty good to me for a gold company. They're doing all the right things, but are still in the exploration stage. They have a potential for mining 72,000 ounces of gold from their claim in Idaho, and they're also doing some phosphate mining with another company in partnership. So if you're looking for a gold miner, this would be a good one to invest in. That will be a long-term hold with returns coming in over the next couple of years. But that's all contingent on gold prices remaining high. They are trading very low, I think at about 75 cents currently. United Healthcare just bought LHC Group. This could be a good buy for United Healthcare. It seems that they're diversifying from just being in the insurance game. I haven't looked at this company in a long time. And from what I can see, they're working on their Optum Health platform to actually get people to address their wellness in all areas of life, which is interesting for a large corporation to do that. But it makes sense because as an insurance company, they want to have healthy clients because then they'll just collect premium and they won't have to pay out. They are a giant company, have better profit margins and revenue growth than most other companies in the health insurance industry. They're also sitting on a big pile of cash. It looks like United Healthcare is betting on an older generation of Americans that prefer home healthcare to clinical healthcare, and they want to make sure they don't miss out on any profits. So it's smart of this large company to keep looking towards the future. I think they could be worth investing in. I'm not a big fan of the health industry. I don't follow it that much, and so I don't invest in it a lot. But United Healthcare could potentially be a good investment. Their stock is a little bit expensive. But yeah, take a look at it, see if that's something that you'd like to invest in. I think that it could potentially be a good investment, especially since they are future focused. They don't just focus on the now, which is rare for such a large company to make such moves for the future. Oh, they do? They deny coverage? I think they're trying to be like a, it looks like almost like a self-sustained type of thing, where you pay health insurance premiums, but then you use their facilities. And so they don't, you know, they make money either way, or the money stays in their ecosystem. Doug, I'm not sure what you're trying to say there.
Passwords.
Do you need me to call? Oh, password. It's like, do you need me to call 911? Or are you just typing stuff? Password one. I guess that is not. I don't think that would be good. Yeah, I guess owe them. All right. So that was it for today. If you would like to invest in Revival today, we'll give you an opportunity to do that now. And since it is Crypto Friday, how about a Crypto Island giveaway? What you got
I'm
for
an
me?
island boy, and I've been trying to make. Oh, I'm an island boy. I'm just island boy. I'm just island boy. I'ma get key white going. You're gonna keep that.
Island Boys. So we're gonna give away our Welcome to Crypto Island great shirt that we can show everybody that you are part of Crypto Island. So we'll give that away today for a gift of any size. And you can do so by hashtag donate on Facebook, text RT to 50155, Cash App, $RT Give, Venmo at RT Give, revivaltoday.com/PayPal for PayPal. You can scan the QR code if you would like to give. We accept cryptocurrency on Crypto Island. And you can also give by check. Revival Today, P.O. Box 7, Prosperity, Pennsylvania, 15329. And then don't forget to claim your offer. Carl, I don't think she wants to be in that shirt. She's shaking her head. She's like, I don't want to be on that shirt.
I don't want to be on that shirt. Pat makes it.
It is
perfect.
a great background.
It is.
I agree with you, K8. It's very very Friday.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just love it. The Green Bay cheese.
Oh my gosh.
All right, everybody. It's been great. We'll see you all next week. Go out there and make some money today. If you can, markets are down, but that doesn't mean there's not opportunity.
Doesn't mean you have to be.
That's right. So go out there and make some money today. Prove the market wrong, and we will see you next week. Have a great weekend, everybody.